Yo, I'm MPX Toycat, and welcome back to another Minecraft update news videos. They're the best type of update news to share with you all because the first 1.17 branded beta is now available for Minecraft Bedrock. That is kind of cool because it not only is acknowledging the 1.17, 1.18 split, but also includes a bunch of features for the first time in Bedrock, like Amethyst Geodes, and also the Spyglass, which of course has been around in Java for a while, but it does have a little fun Bedrock exclusive. Speaking of Bedrock exclusives, you might have noticed the Bedrock version of Minecraft has these weird caves that aren't available in Java. A lot of people did notice my video, in fact, but also there is a second type of cave only available in Bedrock, which I think is just as exciting, and I want to go through that today after we mention that, of course, there's a brand new Java snapshot, and the Java snapshot changed some textures for some blocks, including the bean block, and I feel like I missed when the bean block was added to Minecraft, but today let's talk about this very exciting refried bean block, which exists in Minecraft today, and let's talk about exactly how you get it, in case you're out of the loop, just like me, because again, this is another brand new Bedrock feature. So if you're curious, mining iron and mining gold and mining indeed copper off this update is at a huge disadvantage when you compare it to mining, say, coal. If you mine coal and you get just a single block, right, as you can see right here, what happens is you get a piece of coal. It's wonderful. If you mine a coal block with fortune 3, you'll get multiple pieces of coal because, as you can see, I got 2 there and then I got 2 there for a total of 4 coal from 2 mines because I have a fortune pickaxe. That is a huge advantage to having fortune, an advantage which historically hasn't been true for iron. So what happens when you mine iron is you'll now get raw iron instead of something else like that. And like I mentioned in my Java videos, you can mine it with fortune 3 to get more than 1 raw iron, although we got 1 that time. If we mine it this time, we'll get 1. Eventually, as you can see, eventually it's going to happen, right? If you mine iron with fortune 3, you're meant to be able to get multiple pieces of iron. I guess it doesn't work on Bedrock, Add that to the long list of things, am I right? But anyway, so once you have these raw iron, one of the biggest complaints people have is that, basically going to a furnace and smelting them is great and all. It's wonderful to be able to make regular iron, but in the meantime, it's going to clutter up your inventory just as bad as iron blocks did in the first place. Because the biggest argument to having them is that if you have deep slate iron and regular iron, obviously they'd count as 2 separate stacks, but obviously just having 1 raw iron seems great. However, people were not content with being able to smelt them up and then turn them into blocks that way. So the brand new block was born, which is the raw copper block, the raw gold block, and the bean block, which is made from raw iron for some reason. I guess beans do contain a lot of iron. I've been told they're very nutritionally dense, so it makes sense that raw iron, it can't be used to craft iron armor, so instead it's used to craft beans. And that's a brand new thing you can get in Minecraft if you have 9 raw iron, or you can smelt it up and you can get the traditional iron block, which is useful for other things. Again, there's not many good reasons to use these besides aesthetics. I mean, again, this is a nice block. This is a nice block of, it looks kind of like the glowstone, but you can tell it's raw gold. And then we've got the bean block, which, again, is very high in iron and many other nutritional benefits. So now we've gone through that, that's important, I think that's great. Let's talk about the Bedrock exclusives of the caves, because basically cave generation on Bedrock is very different to cave generation on Java right now. Partly because some of the Java features haven't been implemented, but also because of the way they implement them in the Bedrock world gen engine, which is of course optimized much more for performance than Java's is in general. That is the way it's described because it has to run on phones. Seriously, I'm running Minecraft fully 1.17 on a phone right now. This is a little bit ludicrous, you could say. But yeah, if we go back to controller mode, we can talk about the fact that obviously caves are very different. So this cave is vaguely like one you'd see on Java, right? It's kind of interesting and weird. It's got some iron, it's got some glow lichens. I would liken people not saying lichen to treason. But what I'd also say is that there is this brand new type of cave which is seemingly inspired by the exact same thing that made these frosty caves possible, because you can find mountains that generate underground as well. Of course, it's always been possible to find flowers underground, just like this azure bluette over here, and whatever those flowers are over there. But something we've never seen, by the way, also, have you noticed how perfectly flat this cave is? This wasn't me making it flat for this video. If I saw this in someone else's video, I'd be like, well, you didn't need to make it so flat, especially if you look around the edges here. This looks like someone has gone in by hand and done it, I can only give you my word and the seed, available at the top of the screen right there, by the way. You can come to these coordinates, and you can see this is really just how cave generation works, but also how cave generation works is any dirt blocks above Y64, it seems, will spawn as grass blocks. And so what this means is the natural terrain still can generate at that point in some very weird ways. So right now we're in a mountain biome, and this is just full mountain biome grass. This is mountain biome grass with a mountain biome flower generation, and it'll take you all the way up to here, which, by the way, if this led to the outside world, I'd be less confused, but it doesn't. It just leads to this random little corner, and so there's a second type of fun little cave, which is this one, and in case you haven't seen the first type. You know, I should have led with that and done the... Oh, by the way, also, one other thing. So it's about to stop being night vision mode. Look how ridiculously dark, because they're trying to work on cave lighting. Look how ludicrously dark this cave is. I can only see my furnace, and only for a few more seconds, or... Actually, it's got a coal block in there. It'll be a minute. But, you know, the lighting that is coming with this is kind of crazy, especially because the crazy thing to me is if we get inside water, I can see pretty well, but the moment you step out of water, it's dark. Is that how vision works in the real world? Again, oh god. Again, I'm no expert on vision. I have to wear contacts just to be able to see at night. I guess also in the day. But, yeah, it's one of those interesting things to me. This is how... also, look, it's crazy because in the water it maybe makes sense, but if you want to see, all you got to do is like stand vaguely outside of water in something like this, and suddenly the whole cave is visible for a second. So yeah, water has some issues. Also, you might be curious, I'm going to turn on my night vision, you might be curious about what the exclusive was to do with these spyglass. Before I show you some more ice caves, and I love ice caves as much as the next person, this is a spyglass, this is me looking at a creeper, and you might be thinking like, well, that spyglass looks exactly like the Java one, except it's held funny. But I feel like for some reason on Bedrock, things are held very slightly different. Whatever. I don't know the full reason, if it's a tech reason or a game design one. But as you can see right here, boom, there is a creeper. I mean, rather not boom, because I can see the creeper from this close without an explosion. But the weird little Bedrock quirk, which I really like, is we go to the settings and then we go to our control method. Again, I'm not using touch controls, I'm using a controller. That's built into my phone. It's a handy little thing. What we can do is we can use this new option called Spyglass Dampening. So Spyglass Dampening is really hard to explain simply. So let's just say when you move around in the spyglass, you move around less than you do normally. For instance, well, I can't show you now, but when I move left to right, this is how fast I do it with my current controller sensitivity. However, with the Spyglass Dampening, because obviously when you've got a spyglass, you're trying to make more minute movements than this. If you turn Spyglass Dampening down to 0, you'll move as if you're not in a spyglass at all. The thing that Spyglass Dampening will do for you, that I think is delightful, is if you turn it down to 0, then it moves, there is no like speed difference between moving like this to this, and moving like this to this. As you can see, it's exactly the same. Actually, it might even be faster when you're not in the spyglass. It feels faster. And if you turn Spyglass Dampening all the way up to 100, hypothetically, again, I'm going to be using my controller stick at full speed here. Imagine this is your mouse if you're a Java player or just a keyboard mouse player. Imagine this is your thumb if you're a touchscreen player for whatever reason. How do you even use a touchscreen with a... Do you just hold down... Yeah, oh, you do just hold down the screen. Man, that's so weird on touch controls. Again, I'm not a touch man myself. But what I can do is I can show you 100% screen dampening will look like this. This is me sliding at the max I can, and it's only just enough to outpace a creeper at this distance. And so yeah, if you want to be able to look at things far away and like, oh, he's coming towards me. You know, let's see when this becomes a problem, huh? I don't see how this could possibly cause any issues. Anyway, so yeah, the creeper and the spyglass might be best looked at from afar, and if you want to look at things from afar and like subtly pan them, maybe for some weird documentary you're making, but in your mind, because obviously if you're doing it in Minecraft, you use mod, for a video or something, you'd use a mod, I should say, then you can do this. Is that a good idea? I mean, probably not. I mean, is anything in Minecraft a good idea? It's very debatable, the answer is no. But still, people like to eat raw flesh anyway. Still, people think the spyglass is this delightful new thing, and that's fine. People are allowed to have their own opinions about things, and that's how we got the beam block, am I right? So with that said, let's now move on to the next I guess the last important thing. I just want to show off some more ice caves because I think they're cool. But first, let's just say, look how dark it is in the regular caves. I just don't know. How am I meant to see or do anything? I guess maybe I'm not meant to see or do anything. Maybe that's the point. Wait, on this seed, you spawn in a cave, and because there's no cave vision, it means you spawn in darkness. I can't see anything. This is the most ludicrous spawn for a seed. See, this is why, this spawn point right here is why lighting needs work. There is a spawn in Minecraft where you spawn in the dark, but that's not the part of today's video I wanted to show you. Although, you know, savanna end biomes, they are beautiful in their own ways. Oh, this is actually a bug to do with mountains, it seems like, because of how dark it was there. Huh. Real quick though, it does have to be mentioned, I like this mountain as a more realistic, like, one to encounter in Minecraft. It's kind of near the spawn, etc, etc. Also, this goes to show that, like, I mentioned how great it is Minecraft runs on a phone because of optimized terrain. This is not optimized terrain. I don't know what frame rate it's running at in the video you're watching, but it's very, very tragic in the one I'm making. Okay, so this is the mountain you probably know well and love if you've been watching Bedrock Generation, and this is the corresponding frame drop you're probably used to. However, you might not know unless you watched last week's video that they have these icy caves. These are exciting, but I have a little bit of an update as regards to, like, is this a secret / accidental feature, or is it here to, you know, or is it like a bug they're gonna remove? Because it doesn't match what they're intending to do on Java. There's lots of weird variations of this. Sometimes they have frozen lakes. Sometimes it's just like a cave, but covered in snow. And so the answer I spoke to a Minecraft developer who works on the Bedrock version, or at least adjacent to it. And, you know, I won't name him just in case this is sensitive information. But basically, they confirmed to me that, like, yeah, this is technically a bug, but everyone who looks at it thinks that it's cool. And so the question is just like, you know, can the Java team replicate it? And can they consider it to be a feature and not a bug so that, you know, the Java team should replicate it? And obviously, that's a much more complex question than we can know for sure just by looking at it on the surface. But what I can say is that, yeah, the new mountains and the new mountain caves are incredible right now. Obviously, there's a lot of tweaking, and the way they affect Minecraft cave gen is very, very interesting. I mean, if we dig down from pretty much anywhere, we can prove that beyond a shadow of a doubt. And maybe you find all of this stuff to be just as interesting as I do, because, yeah, it do be real weird, huh? And maybe you think weird is good. Or maybe you don't think weird is good, in which case... Oh, wait, look at this. Oh, wow. That is so strange. What am I even... This is... It's like a ravine, but it's going diagonally. And, again, this is how you can tell it's, like, very clearly not intentionally. It's like two different parts of a mountain wall kind of... Like, it's like a mountain landed on another mountain, and then that then goes all the way down into cave layer, and then into water, and then down to basically the surface. There's like an anti-mountain combined with the mountain, and even wackier than that is like these like iceberg things that stick out below the ice. Man, this is all so incredible. And again, I don't know what % of this will be fixed versus what % will eventually end up in the game. What are we in right now? This is so strange. This is natural Minecraft gen, I'm telling you. And yeah, so for that reason, I will let you know when we know. But for now, this is officially a bug that officially needs to be fixed. It's just, unlike most bugs, it's very enjoyable. So it might be a while till they actually do that. But yeah, you get some very, very strange results with the mountain biome right now. And I think some of those strange results should be celebrated and not scorned. See, look at this again. Very, very interesting stuff with mountains and new caves, which again exist first here in Bedrock, and I hope you enjoyed hearing about them. If you did, maybe you'll also enjoy watching me stream. I have been not streaming much because I've been overseas, of course, but I'll be streaming tonight for the first time while I've been in Mexico. So if you want to come watch a live stream, then watch it. And if you don't want to, you know what? People spend too long at the end of videos telling you what to do. So just, I don't know, subscribe or die in a house fire. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.